All right, so let's begin. First of all, we're just going to do, we're doing a few things here today to get ready for our conferences, student-led conferences. I don't know why this is acting goofy. It looks right over here, but I'll just kind of walk you through it. Okay, so you're each going to get a student self-assessment, and I just want to point out a few things on this. It talks about I get my homework completed on time and done, okay? I am prepared for class. I have all the materials I need. And when it says materials, that means assignments. That means your 3-ring binder. That means your math book. That means you come with your calculator. That means you come with your planner. You're ready to go, okay? Also, are you prepared by when you come in this room? Do you have your assignment out? Are you sitting there? Are you ready to learn? Have you written down what was written on the board for homework if it's written down there already? Have you done those things? Those are talking about being prepared. It'll talk about how do you read your text to understand? You know, if we've talked about something in class and you're struggling with it, like slope or whatever, did you look up slope in the back of your math book and read that section on slope? You know, do you do that? Or are you just real quick to run and say, hey, how do you do this, Sarah? Okay? Or ask your mom and dad immediately without trying to do a little bit of independent work on yourself, because that's important for you to be able to do. Here's a big one. I listen attentively and think about what's being learned. Are you someone who just kind of sits there and expects, you know, Emma to give all the answers in class and you just think, oh, she'll answer it, I don't have to think about it? Or are you always trying to actively think through things that we do in class? The one I want you to think about is this towards the end. It talks about how I do the work to the best of my abilities. If you don't have all of these listed as 4, then you're not working to the best of your abilities, because you are all capable of doing these things. You just make choices and don't do those things sometimes, or you know what I mean? You make your choices. So when you're listing that, I do my work to the best of my abilities, you'd be doing those things if you work to the best of your abilities. So don't give yourself a 4 there if you couldn't give yourself a 4 all the way down this. Make sense? Okay. So when you're done with that, then you're going to go into your 3-ring binder, and you're going to go into the folder from first and second quarter, all those papers I've had you hang on to, and you're going to pull out 2 things you're proud of and 2 things you're not proud of. Now, on the top of those assignments, you'll need to write, I am proud of this assignment because, and you'll need to list a specific reason why you're proud of it. Not just because you got a good grade, but what did you do to get that good grade? I am proud of this assignment because I asked questions in class when I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Or I went into my math book and figured it out. Or I studied for 5 nights before this test or this assignment to figure it out. Or I asked questions in class. I think I said that one. Or I looked up online, or I paid attention really close before, in class. And then on the assignments that you're not proud of, you need to write, I am not proud of this assignment because, and it can't be just because you didn't do well. It has to be specific. Why didn't you do well? I didn't ask questions. I didn't pay attention in class. I didn't try to figure out the answers. I copied so-and-so's work down on my paper and didn't really do it myself. What did you do that caused you to not do very well? Because we're all responsible. Okay? And then pull any test or quizzes you find. And then you'll staple that all to the back of the assessment, the self-assessment that I just went through with you. Okay? So this is what you'll turn in. And you'll have this all written there. And if you want to write a few notes on your self-assessment to explain things, you can do that too. I'll go back through this and I'll make some notes on it. If I agree with your self-assessment, I'll probably put, yep, I think you're right on, or something like that. You've got it. You understand yourself well. If I don't agree with something, I may go back and recircle something and say, this is where I see you at from what you're showing in class. So be realistic, okay? Are there any questions about what you need to put together for student-led conferences? Okay, so once you get this stapled together with the self-assessment on top, you'll turn this into me so I can make comments on it. Just make a pile. And then take your folders, and you can put the folders back in the tub up here. We'll put your tub over here, okay? You can clean out things in your 3-ring binder, if it doesn't have to do with, you've got to keep all your area, volume, transversal, parallel lines, all of those assignments. Because we haven't even quizzed or tested over those yet. So keep those in your binder. If you have some other things that you didn't get cleaned up from before, you can throw that into your folder before you put it back up in the tub up here. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Wonderful. So let's let me just stop the tape.